1st February 1936, Talk 152. Mrs. Kelly desired to know how she should best learn to meditate. Sri Bhagwan asked if she had made japa, rolling beads as Roman Catholics do. She said, "No, Maharishi. Have you thought of God, His qualities, etc.? Devotee, I have read, talked, etc. about such themes, Maharishi. Well, if the same be revolved in the mind without open expression through the senses, it is meditation. Devotee, I mean meditation as signified in the secret path, and who am I? Maharishi, long for it intensely so that the mind melts in devotion. After the camphor burns away, no residue is left. The mind is the camphor. When it has resolved itself into the self, without leaving even the slightest trace behind, it is realization of the self. 4th February 1936, Talk 153. Some Peshawaris, among them a judicial commissioner and a young man well read and earnest, with a strong belief in the existence of Paramatman, Supreme Self, as different from the Jivatman, individual self, raised some questions. Sri Bhagwana cleansed his various doubts by this one statement: remove the upadhis, adjuncts, Jiva and Parama, from the Atman and say if you still find the difference. If later these doubts still persist, ask yourself, who is the doubter? Who is the thinker? Find him. These doubts will vanish. 5th February 1936, Talk 154. The next day he asked about pranayam. Maharishi, pranayam according to Jnana is na aham, I am not this, out breathing. Ko aham, who am I, in breathing. Soham, I am he, equals to retention of breath. This is vichara. This vichara brings about the desired result. For one not so advanced as to engage in it, some meditation brings about suspension of breath and the mind ceases to be restless. Control of mind spontaneously affects control of breath. Rather, keval kumbhaka, spontaneous retention of breath without attention to inhalation or exhalation results. For one unable to do this also, regulation of breath is prescribed for making the mind quiescent. Quiescence lasts only so long as the breath is controlled, so it is transient. The goal is clearly not pranayam. It extends on to pratyahar, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. Those stages deal with the control of mind. Such control becomes easier for the man who had earlier practiced pranayam. Pranayam leads him to the higher stages involving control of mind. Therefore, control of mind is the aim of yoga also. A more advanced man will naturally go direct to control of mind without wasting his time in practicing control of breath. A simple development of pranayam alone may confer siddhis which so many hanker for. When asked if there are any food restrictions, Sri Bhagwan said, Mita hita bhok, agreeable food in moderate quantity. When asked about the efficacy of bhakti, Sri Bhagwan said, so long as there is vibhakti, there must be bhakti. So long as there is viyoga, there must be a yoga. So long as there is duality, there must be God and devotee. Similarly, also in vichara, so long as there is vichara, there is duality too. But merging into the source, there is unity only. So it is with bhakti too.